there. Good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen alike, and welcome to another edition. Why is my throat already? My throat is like clamming up, like clamping up. Not clamming. That's something else. Welcome to the SLATE, the Friday Night SLATE, right here on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. I am MrWarrenHayes, and I want to say hello to you all. And welcome. It's Friday. We're going to be talking about WWE SmackDown. That is literally on the slate for WWE's offerings today. Heading into Elimination Chamber. The big pape this weekend. Oh my God. Oh, we're gonna be talking about quite a few things tonight, I do believe, but I do want to say hello and welcome, and we're gonna dive into what's happening tonight on SmackDown and a little bit of what's going on with the Elimination Chamber. But thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for making time out of the kickoff to your weekend, your Friday night, to jump in here and spend a little quality time with yours truly. I'm touched. I'm honored. I'm humbled. And as Anakin JMT just left in a super chat, hello Anakin, welcome and thank you. He's wishing me a happy birthday because yes, it is. Today is officially my birth anniversary. So yeah, so I'm doubly glad that people are hanging out with me, and because that's cool. Because you like having people around you during your birthday. Why wouldn't you? And look, Imran Abazi is here as well. How you doing, Imran? It's good to see you. Welcome, God damn it, to the chat. And Alonzo Smith, good to see you as well, sir. Welcome to the chat. Couple of notes. I mean, just before we go, I honestly, this is going to be one of these. It's going to be one of these slates where we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on your Saturday morning, if you feel like it, and I think you should come and join Garrett Kidney, who will be joining me for my prediction show, my Elimination Chamber prediction show tomorrow morning at 11. Garrett, if you are not following Garrett Kidney on Twitter, you are doing yourself a great disservice. You definitely should. Ooh, you should go find his Twitter account at twitter.com/Garrett Kidney and give him a follow. And if you want a bit of sampling, if you want to taste, if you want to try before you buy, pop in tomorrow. Garrett is going to be there. We're going to be talking about Elimination Chamber. Garrett is a smart guy. Love his thoughts and takes on wrestling. So I'm really excited to talk about Elimination Chamber with him tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. That's where it happens, right? I also did an interview with Trish Adora, Pan-African World Diaspora Champion. Plus, she was the winner. She is the winner of the very first 60-minute intergender iron match. She lasted 60 minutes against Tony Deppen, won 2 falls to 1. Happened last week. Got a chance to speak to her. It's up on Bell to Bell's YouTube channel. Search for it on YouTube, or just head to belltobells.com and you'll find the video there as well. Give it a listen. Trish is a star. She is a bona fide star and a wonderful human on top of that. So she's definitely worth your time. Go check that out. Wild Boy dropped a super chat wishing me a happy birthday. Happy birthday, you wonderful man. That's me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the birthday greeting, Wild Boy, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Look at it. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, Rory. Like Rory, maybe? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Lauren, good to see you. I'm convinced that I am screwing that up. Rory? Is it like Rory? Rory. Thank you. See, I learned something today. You always learn shit every day when you take the time to pay attention. Rory Lauren, thank you so much for the birthday wishes and welcome to the chat. I don't think I've ever seen your name pop up. Welcome, a double welcome. It's good to see you. And thank you for setting me straight. You know, despite the fact I do have Irish roots. Like my last name is Hayes, right? So I have there is some Irish in me, but I've never dabbled really in Gaelic at all. I can pretend, I can say Iron go bravo with the best of them, but I mean even there my accent is kind of shitty. But despite it all, despite my family being very, very proudly, well, that on my mother's side being very, very proudly Irish. Yes, it's my mother's name. So there you go. So now you can go after all my socials now. All my, now you can call my bank. Next time you should ask me. You should just straight out ask me for my social insurance number. Oh boy! Hey, okay, so we've got a wrestling show on tonight, and I'm on the WWE official preview page, and as they say in the business, it is slim pickings. I'm gonna tell you what, Michael Burdick, who wrote the copy tonight on WWE.com. He didn't have he wasn't pressured too much. Wasn't a big not a big night for him tonight. Put it that way. It's not. Could be a little spicier. But I mean, let's talk about it. Let's go ahead. There's one match officially that's been announced. I'm just gonna refresh. I'm just gonna refresh their Twitter feed, WWE's Twitter feed, just to make sure, just in case they announce something. No, they're still the same. One match announced for tonight. Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro are going to be in a 6-man tag match against Jey Uso, Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn. And why are they fighting? Why are they fighting, folks? They're fighting for Elimination Chamber momentum. That's right. That's right. Those are our stakes for tonight, folks. Corbin, Zayn, Uso versus Owens, Bryan, and Cesaro for Elimination Chamber momentum. Let's read the copy. Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro will face Jey Uso, King Corbin, and Sami Zayn in a 6-man tag team match before all 6 competitors wage war in the Elimination Chamber. The winner of the Elimination Chamber match on Sunday, Feb 2020 will challenge Universal Champion Roman Reigns later that night, who will earn the upper hand before Elimination Chamber and will head of the table look at blah, 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 blah. Why would you listen? You're going into Elimination Chamber, which is apparently, this terrifying structure of doom. Sometimes sounds a lot like Hell in a Cell, right? Not exactly something out of the ordinary here. But why would you why if you're going into this grueling match, you as a competitor, why would you be like, yeah, let's have ourselves a tag team 2 days before going in. Let's risk getting an injury. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead. I don't understand it. And I mean, I'm not making this up. Michael Burdick himself wrote it. It's the title. They are fighting for Elimination Chamber momentum. I know I like to make fun of gaining momentum because momentum is so important in WWE, but these are the stakes. I don't understand. There's nothing compelling about this. Why are you putting everyone in a ring? They're like, Anakin JMT left us a super chat again. Thank you very much, Anakin. He says, should be a 6-man to determine who enters first. Right. See? Doesn't that all make sense? Why couldn't they have just, a 6-man eliminator? A 6-man eliminator. Whoever team gets eliminated is gone, and then the final 3 guys have a triple threat. And whoever wins goes in last, or, in the order. I mean, it's such a perfectly WWE thing where you're like, what are the reasons? Why are we doing this? There's no rhyme or reason. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the match doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter to Elimination Chamber. So why should we be compelled to do this, right? I don't understand. It's such a strange thing to me. Look at this. Dan Reed from Eve. Pro Wrestling Eve is with us. Good to see you, Dan. Welcome to the chat. Mr. Fantastic is here as well. And MC Carvalho, hey, good to see you. MC, it's been a while. Happy birthday. He left us a super chat on top of that. Thank you very much. Wishing me a happy birthday. But we have a problem. Why is AEW US Women's side now on YouTube? This is the problem with AEW. Ugh, yeah. Look, I talked about it on the and thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it, and the birthday wishes as well. I talked about it on the mainstream yesterday. The MrWarrenHayes show proper, which you can definitely watch after this. Feel free to. It's right here on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. And it's like it's. I mean, this is a WWE thing, and I'm supposed to be previewing, but here's a taste of what I was talking about last night. And if you want to go listen to the rest of it, feel free to. I understand all the arguments. Everyone using the arguments was like, well, the production value was very, very low. You can't put that on TV. Well, they have to shove everything in for Revolution. They have to get it quick for Revolution. I'm like, these are all very good answers, but then again, I will turn around and say to you, these are all decisions that AEW made to do this. If they really wanted to showcase the women and have the whole tournament be on Dynamite, despite the fact that some of it was being shot in Japan, and they were worried about the production value not being up to par with what they have at Daly's place, well, maybe they should have sunk a little more money into... They could have made the decision to sink a little more money into making the production value a little higher over on the other side. But they didn't. They could have stretched out the tournament and have a nice long 16 women elimination tournament over a couple of months. Really stretch this out. They didn't have to make it for Revolution, but they decided to, and that's fine. It's their prerogative. But it sometimes when people come up with these arguments, I'm like, well, I mean, these are all decisions that the company made. It's not as if someone was holding a gun to their head and was like, hey, you have to do this. You have to do this, or you're blam. That's never what it is. It's always decisions that the company makes. And if this is how they want to treat it, well, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a fantastic hour of wrestling that we got on YouTube last Monday, and I'm looking forward to it again. But as I said before, and I'll say it again, and I will keep harping this until the cows come home, if you want your women's division to matter, if you want people to care about your women wrestlers, you put your women wrestlers on your main show with the guys, with everyone else, and you make them feel important instead of, putting them on your secondary shows. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now, because I said a lot more last night. Please feel free to watch the MrWarrenHayes show. Click that like button, subscribe, all that jazz. Anyway, but thank you again for the super chat. But back to the Elimination Chamber. What even is momentum? And can you split the momentum between 3 guys? Like, I can get behind like the psychological aspect of wrestling where you're like, okay, I'm going to have myself a warm-up match so that I'm really, like, I'm primed to go into my match challenging Drew McIntyre on Sunday, let's say, my one-on-one match. And then you want to get a really good match so that you do get some momentum. You feel good. You feel pumped. But you're going to have 3 guys here who are going to win. Is that how do you divvy up the momentum there? You have 3 guys who are going to be like super prime. It's just so weird. It's just so strange to me. And I think this is a prime candidate for a match that is going to have a fuck finish. I don't think we should expect anything other than a screwball ending, a no contest, or WWE doesn't even care about ending their matches these days. All you have to do is announce that you're pregnant and walk away, and the referee just stops counting you out. Anakin left us another super chat. Thank you very much, Anakin. He said, spend the last 5 minutes talking about today's WandaVision. Have not watched it yet. Usually my routine is get up, go to a day job, take care of family business after that, have some dinner, do family shit, come and hang out here on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. Watch SmackDown, and then when we're done, then I settle into WandaVision with Kristen. So all day our keywords on Twitter have been muted. Everything WandaVision has been muted. We're spoiler free. Although I know that people seem to have been particularly excited about this episode, but haven't they been particularly excited of every episode? I will say this though. Marvel having to come out and say, "Oh, the final shows are all going to have a 1 hour runtime, folks." Because people are like, the episodes are too short. It feels like a movie it feels like a bloated movie. Then I'm never getting resolution because I have to wait for the rest of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Have we cultivated a generation of people who don't know how to watch a television show, who can't appreciate a good mystery, a tasty cliffhanger? Look, I've been on the record with this, and I'll say it again. I think WandaVision is the best thing to come out. It's the best thing to come out of the MCU since Guardians of the Galaxy, which is still Thor Ragnarok, because there was Guardians and then Thor was fantastic. Thor Ragnarok, I thought it's one of my favorites. Guardians before that was wild as hell, and I mean it's like nothing Marvel has done. It's a mystery, folks. Of course, you're not supposed to understand everything straight off the bat. Yeah. And then you theorize and you ponder and you wonder and you go on Twitter and you talk with people. Listen, someone was asking me today how old I am. Okay? Someone today was asking me how old I am. And I brushed them off. But I am old enough to have watched the original run of Twin Peaks, okay? And I am old enough to have talked to other people about the original run of Twin Peaks when it was happening. Now, at that time, there was nothing else like it on television. There was not a more compelling murder mystery than what was happening with Agent Cooper, who killed Laura Palmer. That was the thing. That was the biggest thing back then. And the episodes would end with a big, like a twist or a mystery thing appearing, and we'd all let him like, Jesus, how are we going to wait another week? And then we'd all gather around and be like, motherfucker. And we didn't there was no internet when Twin Peaks was on. So literally, you'd meet your pals, your buddies at school, whatever, and be like, "Did you see? Yeah, man, that's wild." And you'd sit around in the student lounge, and you'd be like, "I think this guy did it. I think." And then, but what about the log lady? What is she just nuts, or can she really talk to her log? And I was like, my God, is Agent Cooper really dead? All that shit. And that's part of the experience. That's exactly part of the experience of that type of show. That's what we're getting with WandaVision. You savor. Yes, it's frustrating because you'd be like, you get breadcrumbs every week, and that's part of the thrill. So when I heard Marvel come out and have to say, don't worry, folks, the upcoming shows are all the 1 hour runtime. You're gonna get your money's worth. I'm like, I'm already getting my money's worth. Who are these people complaining? Who are these people bitching that I have to wait a full week? Yes! And I even saw a guy from what was it, IndieWire or Indie Film, writing an article saying, WandaVision feels like a bloated MCU movie that was turned into a TV show. And I'm like, Jesus, that's exactly what a television show is. It feels like a bloated movie. What are you? I think people who are deeply invested into the MCU have trouble parsing between like what this type of offer and that type. Of course, you're going to watch. You're going to watch a movie. You're going to watch Winter Soldier. You're going to watch Ragnarok. You're going to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, and you're gonna get the whole experience within a little under 2 hours, kind of thing, right? Or a little over 2 hours, depending on the movie. Here, well, you're gonna have to stick it out a little bit, and I think it's all the more compelling because they're building so many fantastic characters, bringing back so much of bringing back so many second tier characters or background players or extras, and that are being built into interesting fleshed out characters like Jimmy Woo and Darcy. Characters that we already cared about, and now it's like, I don't know, man. It's weird. And I'm like, if Marvel has to make these statements to appease the fans, I'm like, people need to learn how to enjoy a good mystery. You draw this shit out. The original Sherlock Holmes stories, Hound of the Baskervilles, A Study in Scarlet, they were published in serials. They were published in mystery fiction magazines. So you couldn't just like sit down, pop open a Sherlock Holmes novel. They were published later. They were serials. That's part of the fun of a good mystery. Anywho, Floman, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. And Manny Santos, our man on the inside of WWE. Good to see you as well. Oh yeah, SmackDown. Edge is going to kick off SmackDown tonight ahead of WWE Elimination Chamber. Last week, I'm reading the copy, of course. Last week, 2020 Royal Rumble match winner and WWE Hall of Famer Edge declared that he will not make his decision to which world champion he will face at the grandest stage of them all until after WWE Elimination Chamber this Sunday. This is a decision that certainly did not sit well with Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Just days before the Rated R Superstars announcement, the head of the table demanded that Edge acknowledge him at the main event of WrestleMania. Instead, the big dog was hit with a surprise stunner courtesy of his adversary, Kevin Owens. Will Edge now come face-to-face with the head of the table en route to Sunday's SmackDown Elimination Chamber match? A career-altering contest where the winner will challenge the Universal Champion on the same night? Find out tonight. Cool. I mean, I think it's becoming, more and more apparent that, that Edge is going to challenge our boy Roman. I think that's where. Don't you guys think this is where it's going? I could be wrong, but that's my gut feeling right now. Because I still feel Bobby Lashley is. No, not anymore. See, Bobby. If you listen to my show, you know that I feel very strongly about Bobby Lashley and how he's pushed, and I think how WWE is doing a great job. And I think they missed their window of opportunity, at least this year, with Lashley, and in pushing him strong, giving him a Drew McIntyre-like performance at the Royal Rumble this year to really, really elevate it, because no one's more protected in WWE right now in the mid-card than Bobby Lashley, as they're clearly establishing him for something bigger. Yeah, it seems that this is where we're going. And, you know, for a good Roman at this point in his career, he needs a good, strong, natural babyface. This is what you got in Edge. Everybody likes Edge. Everybody cheers for Edge. Edge, right? Edge is our guy. Otherwise, I mean, I think a Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns match and with these reversed roles would be really, really cool too. But is it your money match? I don't know. I don't know. It's a shame, though. It's still a shame for Bobby Lashley, but we'll see what happens tonight. Apparently, according to Twitter, Edge is going to be kicking off the show tonight. Or Roman Reigns is going to be... No, hang on a second. What did they say? Who's going to be... the Rated R Superstar kicks off the show. So Roman Reigns will probably stick his nose in that business. And Bayley is going to host Ding Dong Hello tonight with special guests Shayna Baszler and the other one. Last week, after being taken down in back-to-back matches by Lana and Naomi, respectively, on Raw, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Shayna Baszler and her friend were further humiliated on the blue brand by SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks on 2021 Rumble Bianca Belair. This week, after getting some payback on the red brand, the title holders will return on Friday as guests on the Bayley Show, Ding Dong Hello. All right, so, of course, Bayley is fantastic with her talk show. We know this. It's great. Shayna Baszler is fantastic. She's great. Then there's the other one. I think, like right now, Elimination Chamber is a 3-match card. It's a 3-match card. You have both Elimination Chambers. You have a triple threat for the U.S. title. Lashley, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle. And the Raw Championship match is probably going to be derailed because Lacey Evans is pregnant. Don't know if you heard. I wonder if we're going to get a gender reveal. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put that into the universe. So, the fact that they're coming back to SmackDown, the tag team champions, it's really one of two things. They're going to introduce Jax and Baszler to the card. This is how they're going to shoehorn them in. And are they going to fight? Are they really going to fight? Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the titles. Because Naomi and Lana are on Raw, but, they can't challenge from Raw onto... I'm putting too much thought into this, aren't I? It doesn't. It's going to... Whatever happens is going to be shoehorned. Look, what I want to see happen is Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez take the titles off of Baszler and Nia Jax and have the women's titles hang around NXT for a while. That would be really cool. This here, though, bleh. Bleh. Anakin JMT, not Anakin JMT, Evan Wright left me a super chat. Thank you very much, Evan. Wishes me a happy birthday. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. He says, hope you had a great day. Thanks for all you do and continuing to provide quality content. Appreciate the wrestling chats. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of those chats as well. Hello, DGMC. Welcome to the chat. Just like I appreciate everyone who joins the Mr. MrWarrenHayes Discord. If you want to continue the chat, if you want to watch some wrestling, some live wrestling with others, you can absolutely do that. You can come in here tonight at the link for the Discord is in the description. So come on in, join the Discord immediately. We'll just do it. Go right ahead. It's a good time. Just before we wrap everything up, Anakin JMT left us one last super chat regarding WandaVision. He says, FYI, there's a mid-credit scene this time. Okie dokie. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. I hope you guys keep your eyes peeled tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. for Elimination Chamber predictions with Garrett Kidney. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Have a great rest of it. I'll see you next time.